Alright everybody, so we're back today with Bio 107. Today we're going to be talking about our lab. This is our Module 14 lab, and it is our final lab for the semester. So this is our last lab that we're doing. Just a reminder, if you would like to catch me on Zoom, I'm holding my virtual office hours on Tuesday, today, May 5th, from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. So please feel free to join me during office hours if you have any questions or comments or concerns. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with our last lab of the semester. All right, so just a few reminders for this week. So our Human Evolution Lab number 13 is due today, May 5th by midnight. Make sure you're filling out the new version and not the old version. The new version corroborates correctly with the Smithsonian Institute website that you had to do for the virtual lab. The older versions of the Human Evolution Lab do not match up correctly. So make sure you're completing the correct version of the lab. It is attached in the email and on Cobra. So please make sure you're doing Human Evolution Lab. Roman numeral number 2 is in the title. So make sure you're completing the correct one. Also due today is your Module 13 quiz. And so that is due by midnight tonight, all about human evolution and chapter or module 13 that we covered in class or virtual lecture. So please go on and take that quiz. It's open book, just like we've been doing the past several weeks. So please don't forget about that module quiz. Lastly here, I have extra credit points that will be due tonight. So if you were interested in getting any extra credit bonus points here, you can do the Who Was the First Person Really essay that corroborates with the chapter that you had to read under Module 13. And there was instructions on previous labs and previous lectures. I'll just go over it very briefly on the next slide here, just in case you're interested. Okay, so this is a 5-point extra credit assignment because you guys were not able to attend the final Kaler series, lecture series in the planetarium. So I'm assigning this here. So if you're on the border grade-wise, please feel free to finish up this bonus assignment. So you have to read a chapter under Module 13, Who Was the First Person Really? So read the chapter and then write a 1-page response essay regarding that chapter. Just a few prompts here that are what I'm looking for is to first answer the question, who was the first person really? Make sure you're using your own words so I understand that you understand what Dr. Dawkins was saying. Also, I want you to critique the essay. Let me know your constructive criticism on it. And then lastly, and most importantly, I would like you to be honest with what you thought about the essay. So that's just the extra credit assignment that is due tonight, May 5th at midnight, if you are interested. So some new assignments for later this week that are due. So this is incorrect here. This Tuesday, May 5th is wrong. It should be Thursday, May 7th, but your Module 14 quiz will be due Thursday, May 7th. It is a take-home quiz, and it is a short answer quiz. So there are only 4 questions, and you have to write in a short answer regarding what you learned from Module 14 and the video that we're going to watch in lab today. So that is your take-home lab for Module 14, even though all of them have been take-home assignments for the past several weeks. So what we're going to do in lab today is we are going to watch the intelligent design video, and I will provide a link on the next slide, and it should also be in your Cobra updates and in your email so that you can watch it. It is about an hour and 50 minutes long, so it's a longer video, but it's important that you watch it so that you can correctly answer the questions from your Module 14 take-home quiz. And then lastly, I'm going to go over the final exam today because I'm going to assign it today. And so you'll have 1 week to work on your final exam, as it is a take-home final exam, but I'm going to go over some specifics here during our lab time. I have a duplicate slide. This is just a duplicate. Sorry about that. We're going to skip right past that. Okay. So today we're going to be watching the intelligent design video, about an hour and 50 minutes long. The link is on Cobra and email. It's kind of cut off here, but the last 2 digits after the 2 in this link URL is V as in Victoria and L as in Lucky. So make sure you're going to youtube.com/watch and then filling out with the correct URL for the video today. But again, I'll include the clickable link in your email and on Cobra, so that way you don't have to hand type any of this out. So make sure you watch the video just so you can answer the questions on your Module 14 quiz that you have to do. Okay, and then lastly here, I'm assigning your final exam. So your final exam is going to be due on May 12th, which is a Tuesday, and it's going to be due by midnight. This will give me enough time to get your grades in, and this is our scheduled exam time that we have had we still been in class. So we're going to just have it, I think technically it was due at 11 a.m., but I'm going to extend it until midnight on May 12th. So that's when we're going to have our final exam due. Now for the final exam, there are 4 questions. Now the questions require an essay response. So they also have keywords you can use for your response, that just to give a little bit of a hint. But the questions are very self-explanatory. It asks you a question and it tells you the keywords to use. And so for the first 2, they're specific on what we learned in past modules, and the second 2 are a little bit different regarding some opinion and some critiques. But you'll see when you click on the exam to open up the document. So make sure you're completing the essays as the final exam dictates. Lastly here, just the prompts. The prompts are in a Word document that I'm attaching on email and Cobra, and I will also make it visible on in Cobra under the final exam content link. So you'll be able to access that easily, and if you're having a hard time trying to open it or find it, just let me know, and that way you'll have the same amount of time as everybody else to work on it, so you have a week. All right, so that is all I have for lecture for lab today. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. It was pretty short today because all we are doing is watching a video, so that way you have answers to your Module 14 take-home quiz, and I'm just assigning the final exam. All right, so please make sure you do all of your assignments. And congrats on making it through all the way to the last lab of the semester. You guys are rock stars. So thanks for having me as your instructor this semester, and I'm going to miss all of you a lot. So.